All right, boys and girls, today we're going to do the install of the Rogue Bladeworks aftermarket scales on the Benchmade mini Bugout. So let's go ahead and get started. First, you're going to want to unbox your mini Bugout. There we go. I chose the white one, just the plain Jane. Set this aside. Let's unbox or unbag our Rogue Bladeworks. These are the Coyote Tack Grip G10. Very good looking scales. All right, some of the things you'll need. I'm using my Scout Leatherworks Zerk driver with a T6. And then I have a, I believe it's a Husky. Yeah, Husky bit driver with a T10 for the pivot. And then I have my pivot punch tool. Just kind of helps maneuver things with the pivot. So anyways, let's get started. First thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to take out the screws here, 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 here. There, those two, and the one behind here. And then remove your pivot. All right, next, you're going to want to remove your pivot like I mentioned. So use that T10. Back that pivot all the way out. This is where that pivot punch comes in, super handy. Just slides in the pivot barrel. Pop that sucker out the back, just like that. Then your knife should come apart, nice and easy. Scales, back spacers, blade, one washer. Here's the other one. Bam. Your liner and your other scales. So take your stock scales and just set them off to the side. Not like that, more to the side. So now let's focus on these Rogue Bladeworks scales. Hopefully a lot of you guys watched the 940 assembly disassembly video. This is going to go together almost exactly like that. So first what we want to do is we want to put the pivot barrel in the lock side, like so. Put your finger on it and hold it there. Now you get your liner, and you line up the flat side of the pivot barrel on the flat side of the liner. There's a flat part right here on the liner. It'll line up with that pivot barrel. Slide that all the way through. And now what you're going to want to do is do a screw here and here to secure that liner with your T6. Okay, like that. So your knife should now look like this. Okay, back spacer. It's flat on two sides and rounded on two sides. Flat sides go up and down. Match it up with the scale. It's made just the same way that Benchmade, same design Benchmade makes theirs. Drop a little T6 in that bad boy, and same with this back one right here. And get that back spacer. Flat to flat, round to round, slide it in. Little screw. T6 right there. Alright, almost done. So now you take your remaining scale, your show side if you will, non-clip side, because there's no clip holes. And you snug it up. It should look like a knife without a blade. So now what you want to do is you want to do the screws here, 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 here. Your knife handle is fully assembled. Minus the clip. We can go and put the clip on. I like to put the screws in the clip first. Makes it really easy. Just hold it there with your thumb and don't press on it too hard, otherwise the screws come out. Cool. Clips on. So now comes the fun part, is putting the blade in. So take my pivot punch. That's what we'll call it. That's the magic name for the tool, pivot punch. And I'll push that pivot till it's just almost all the way out. Not quite. You can still kind of see a little bit of the pivot come through, and the reason I do that is I lay the washer on top of the pivot. It's really hard to show that in a video without getting it really blurry or anything like that. I'll try and get a video for you guys of what it looks like from my angle, so bear with me. But you're gonna lay the washer on top of the pivot and make sure that washer is set down on that pivot barrel. Okay, so now what you want to do is you want to take your blade, you're going to pull back on the axis lock with your right hand or your left hand if you're left-handed, if you're doing this backwards. Slide the blade in until you can push the pivot through the blade, okay? Just like that. And you're going to want to push that back just a little bit, enough to fit that last washer in. Pull back on the axis lock, slide that washer in, very gently nudge that washer to where you can see it through the pivot hole, and you're just going to line it up. Push it through, close your blade, should be pretty close to centered. You take your T10 and snug that pivot down, not too tight. Blade is centered. That's a little tight, so we'll back it off just a hair. Perfect. And that, my friends, is how you install Rogue Bladeworks scales. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on social media and let me know what you think. Let me know how easy it goes. Thanks, guys.